All right, I think we're live. Hey guys, it is Rick Ginn, and it is Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. What is today? Today is the 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So you guys know this is live. So if you guys are on TikTok, you can join and jump on YouTube at rickginn.com. And in this segment is you guys are used to seeing me on like Flip with Rick. So you guys know I run a 7-figure wholesaling business with my son. So we've kind of segmented off this channel so people can tune in and get to know Rick. And today we're all talking about recession depression. And it's kind of funny though. You hear all this negative news about the economy and all this stuff. So today I want to particularly talk about how it relates to real estate. And no slides, no nothing. We're going to take like 10 minutes and then we're just going to take Q&A questions. If you guys, let me put the banner up here. If you have never done this before, we do a actual live mastermind where you can actually ask questions. So if you go over to Wholesaling for Real, that is our Facebook group. There is a link where you can actually jump on and do a coaching call. So if you want to hop on there while I'm talking, I'm going to try to put the link up here while I'm doing this. I'm not the best at this. If you guys go over to Wholesaling Houses for Real, the link is right there on the top. If you click it and you're subscribed, it will put you straight through and then I'll click you on. And so if you haven't done that, please go there. I'm going to try to pull this up while I'm doing this right now. So there's a different format, a little bit more informal. The idea is just to have fun. And I'm going to pull this link up somewhere in here. Where is it? Okay. So if you guys are just jumping on, this is actually the first live I've done on Rick Ginn, and today we're just talking about recession depression. So this one's like, I don't know, I want to call it a little bit more after hours, but it's, I've been doing wholesaling almost 21 years now, and I love every minute of it. So we're trying to give you guys more diverse content, stuff that you can actually use. And so if you relate to Rick, this is the perfect channel for you. I talk about a lot more strategies other than just wholesaling here. I got started in wholesaling and I absolutely love it. So if you guys are not on YouTube or Facebook, you can jump on YouTube at Rick Ginn and just make sure you subscribe there and this will pop up. So I have no idea how long we're going to go for today. So it's based on how many questions you guys can put in there. If you guys can, there's a comment section on the right-hand side. Let me know where you're from, where you're at. And the really cool part about this on segmenting it out is we get so many people asking questions on the Flip with Rick Live when we do them Thursdays and Fridays. I can't get to everyone. So I created this. So if you've never gotten on a call with me, here's the really cool part. It's 100% free. I don't even care if you've done a deal before. Everything me and Zach do is 100% free, and we want to share it with you. So we said, hey, why not just do another live? So I actually enjoy doing this stuff, and I want to help out as many people possible. So, but just go ahead and put in the comments where you're up there. Is Xavier from Kalamazoo? Very familiar with that area. Really neat place. But that's it. Rainy day here in Florida. Interesting day, hot as can be. And we're talking about recession, guys. So the biggest challenge we have with the recession is everybody sees what's going on in the stock market. And it's just, so when we first went through it, the stocks, they dropped hard and they dropped fast. And then they went through round 2. We just finished round 3. And here we are, okay? So now we're getting ready to go into what we call a earnings recession, which basically companies aren't going to hit their projections on what they see. I see you, Justin. I see Juan. I see everybody in there. Perfect, guys. So this is really cool. You guys get like special access to me. So the idea is we're going to make this fun. So we've gone through stocks. So right now we are going through an earnings recession. That's going to be at least another month or two, at least a quarter. And then after that, we're going to go through what we call a growth recession, where it's going to take a while for these stocks to get back to growing and hiring people. So the drop is already on. If you guys don't own stocks, we've all lost money. There's just no way. So what's up, Elena? And so the real question is, how does this translate to the real estate market? And that's the biggest challenge you have to understand. So real estate is completely different from stocks and bonds and really any other digital asset. So before I get into it, I'm here to tell you, I'm never going to promote something that I don't know anything about. So you're not going to hear me pitching digital assets. It just seems like every guru, whatever coach, tried to tell you how to buy digital stuff. And we all know how that worked out. They were completely wrong. They're all guessing. And honestly, I'm just a rookie when it comes to that stuff. So guys, if someone tries to give you advice outside of their areas of expertise, just yield caution to it. So many people are selling NFTs and all this other stuff. Real estate has a long way to go before you're going to marry those two. You are not getting rid of the government process on title searches, recording fees at the courthouse. The NFT is just going to be a added feature somewhere down the road, but it is definitely not widely accepted. And I find a lot of people selling this stuff for like future products, like webinars and seminars and all this free stuff. Well, the problem, guys, if these guys or gals aren't in business anymore, your NFT is worthless. So guys, I would sit back and wait on these things a little bit. I'm not even talking about the investors. I'm talking about people that are pitching them for more access to them. So just be aware of it. That's all I got to say with that. Now, back to real estate. So why aren't we seeing this massive drop in real estate? Well, real estate always takes time. So if I go back to the last market drop we had in 07, 08, it took 18 months before the bad news got to the homeowners. Okay, 18 months. I'm here to tell you guys, we're only really 3 months into this puppy. Okay, now I don't know if it's going to take 18 months. We don't know. I don't know how much of an effect it is going to have on real estate, but I'm here to tell you guys, the challenges with it is we all know what's going on with inflation, and you know the Fed rates driving this train right now. So rates are hovering just below 6. They're definitely going to go to 7. The question is it going to go over to 7? So Jerome Powell is going to tell us that. And the problem is once rates exceed 7 or 8%, it really hammers the affordability on the market. So our biggest challenge is inventory has been so low. In the last 10 years, builders have never really recovered from the initial recession back in 08, 09. And the building permits have been slow and it's not catching up with the population. So we got to see where the interest rate churns. So my biggest thing I tell everyone is real estate is local. Do not take someone from California, a guy from Florida, and just say, oh my God, the market's bad. Because in some areas it is smoking hot right now. Okay. So for instance, in Florida right now, the high-end real estate, it's getting punched. Unless it's a high quality product, it's sitting. And it's absolutely sitting. And that's what I'm saying, especially the luxury condo market. So I'm watching price drops 10 to 15%. I got my computer out right here. And so what I do in my local market is I track the inventory levels. And this is the most important thing you need to track over the next 90 to 120 days. Inventory, or AKA what they call saturation, is nothing more than the amount of properties listed divided by the amount of properties sold in the last 30 days. So if there's 1,000 properties listed and 500 are selling a month, you have an average inventory of 2, which would be 2 months. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, well, the problem is you don't know. The average, the historical average is a neutral market is between 7 and 9 months inventory supply. Okay. Here in Florida, we're at 1.6. Now the number is creeping up. Some markets are creeping over 2, but honestly, anything below 3 is considered a super hot seller's market. My prediction is we're going to go back to a more balanced, especially in the high traffic states where we have inbound, Texas, Florida, a lot of the Southeast. Places like California, New York are going to see some wild price swings. So we've got to see where rates go. So I'm here to tell you guys, you got to be in charge of your local market. That's the biggest thing. Don't let me tell you what's going on in your local market. Once you see it start to really ramp up and the listings are sitting, the writing's on the wall. I don't know when that's going to come. So there's 2 theories of thought with our entire economy. Some speculate that the worst is going to be over by September and we're going to come out shining by the midterms. I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's too many headwinds. Remember, we're coming from historical low interest rates really since 2009, all the way to 2022. Okay. There is going to be a rude wake up call. So right now companies are struggling because they keep raising the interest rates and their debt service is just getting out of control. Homeowners are going to have that same issue. Okay. So the only real wild card is like how many homeowners are going to sit around with their old rates. And that's the biggest thing that we have to find out is that's going to hold off the market a little bit, but I'm here to tell you, man, it's not going to change a whole lot. So we're waiting for the media to spread their negative news because God knows they're the best at it. And when the media starts hammering real estate saying, oh my God, people are getting killed, it's a terrible market out there, you're going to get what we call market capitulation. And it's nothing more than a fancy word is like homeowners just throw in the towel. They are done. Now, by the time that happens, the best deals are already on the table. And I'm here to tell you, the really cool thing about wholesaling is you don't have to worry about any of this because you make money today. What you do now is how you make money, okay? I've made incredible amounts of money when the market's at its worst and when it's at its best. Because in wholesaling, you are buying today's price and selling it rapidly, okay? Real estate does not fall apart in 2 or 3 months. It usually takes 12 to 18 months in total. So if you guys are doing the Burr method, that's not an investing method, just so you guys know. I know people sell the heck out of it. It's like a very popular course. A Burr method is nothing more than I'm going to time the market. And you guys know how that works, okay? Debt can be your friend, but it can be your enemy when the market turns like this. A lot of people did creative financing over the last few years. We're going to see how exposed people are. If you did them right and you're in a positive cash flow up front, meaning you made money from day one, not 5 years down the road, you should be fine. But if you're in a negative position, time's going to tell. I'm here to tell you because renters and owners start to walk away. They lose their job. And once that cash flow starts on the property, you either have to resell it or discount it substantially. And if you pay too much for it, you could be in big trouble. So guys, this is it. This is episode number 1. I want to talk about real estate, but I'm also going to use this show to anything you want to ask Rick within reason. I'm going to answer it. So if you got a question, I got the comments on here. I would love for someone to hop on the live. I promise you, I won't bite you. It's 100% free. If you want to figure out how to do this, I'm going to share my screen and show you. Let's see. If you go over to Wholesaling Houses for Real, and if you want to jump on a live, where is it? Oh, I'm sitting right there. Where's the link? Well, I got to find it. Well, put your questions in there and I'll find it. If you guys aren't part of this group, please join. We have over 58,000 members and we cut out all the junk in it. So it's the best way to do it. So let me see if I have a link here to put you guys on. So guys, do me a favor. If you guys are brand new here or you've been going for a while, just make sure you hit the subscribe button. It helps notify when you do this. I think we're going to do Monday on a regular basis. So if you guys are going, hey man, I can't get questions answered, I have freed it up. You got all the time in the world. And do me a favor, if you really like this comment, smash that like button. Let's go from it. So until I get somebody jump on the live, which I got to find the link, which I should have done first. But remember, I'm not the tech guy. Where is that link? Batch. I see my JV link. I see everything with us. So, guys, go over to Wholesaling for Real. At the top, there is a link to join on the one-on-one. You can jump on there. So I have no idea how long we're going to do this. So I'll probably go at least 45 minutes an hour. And the more questions we have, we can go on from there. So, Jameson, what's the best ARV to look up, PropStream or Zillow? Honestly, it's the one you have the most confidence in. So if you already have a PropStream service, I would use that. I like to use Zillow for what homeowners think the value of their property is, because every homeowner, if you believe it or not, they have to. I swear, every homeowner always looks at the Zillow value. So Anna wants to jump on, and I got to figure out how to go to the link. So give me 1 second. I'm going to look it up on this other computer. So guys, put in your questions there. Let me see how to do this. I'm just going to have to cut and paste this sucker. Let's see. And, okay, wholesaling houses. So the group, I got it spread on the bottom there. Uh-oh. Let's go. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. I'm getting it. I forgot to do this earlier, so. Okay. So you got to grant permission to StreamYard. And I tell you what, guys, if you can't jump on there, I'm not the tech wizard. You guys know my son. So just kind of put your questions in here, and I'm happy to answer them. I missed the link. I know. I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it on here. I hate to waste time doing this. I know it was on a pinned link. Where is my pinned link? I hate doing this stuff after the fact. Let's see. Oh, well. Well, guys, that's my fault. So I'll figure it out. So let's do the questions, and you put them in there. And I promise you, if you put it in, I can actually jump on them, and we'll have fun with it. And I promise you, next week, I'll have the link on there. The link that's usually there is not. Yeah, I know. Because guess what? I'm running the dang live stream, and my son usually does a lot of the tech work with his guys and gals. And let's see. Hold on. You guys, we should call. I should just call Zach, shouldn't I? I thought I put it on here. Nope, I didn't. Nope. So, okay, let me. I'm not even going to bother. Let's just answer questions online. What's up, Rick? So I've heard national hedge funds have stopped buying. I've heard they're still buying. What are your current perspectives on what they're doing or leaning towards? So, hedge funds, they're run by large corporations. Not even large corporations, but like medium-sized to large. So when economies start to shrink, earnings are struggling, then it makes perfect sense why hedge funds aren't buying. Management is trying to figure out what to do with their capital, and they don't want to be on the hook. A lot of these hedge funds are on the hook for very, very large portfolios, some in the billions of dollars. And this happens every time a market pulls back. So hedge funds have been much more in the forefront, especially in the last 2 years. And I'm here to tell you, I would not be relying on a hedge fund to buy any of your deals. So if you can get them to buy, then that's great. But honestly, a lot of them they're very loosey-goosey to the end anyways in a really good market. So I'm here to tell you, the hedge funds are going to tighten up at least through 2022 and probably half of 2023. So if you've had good luck with it, I would at least keep the contacts. I'm here to tell you, all the contacts you have within that hedge fund, they are not going to be there anymore because all these people are going to get let go. The companies are going to reorganize, and then they're going to grow and get back to profitable levels. So let me try this. Okay, hold on. I got to send out a Mayday. Send me Mastermind link for live. Okay. See, I bug Zach even when he's not working, so. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. So if you guys are watching me on any other platform, if you jump on YouTube on Rick Ginn, I am there. I'm also live on Thursday on Flip with Rick and with my son, Zach, and I'm live on Friday. So that's always going to be. So we're adding this on there. Very good question, Rick. I just wouldn't rely on the hedge funds anymore. Actually, they've been a luxury. We've never even had that option 20 years ago. So just understanding when they do come back online, it might be a year and a half, 2 years. You're going to have a new manager you're going to deal with. That's how it works. So let's see. Here's a good one. One says, title company says they have to disclose to the seller that I'm making a commission about the assignment of the contract. Is that a deal breaker? So one, that is, if these are the exact words the title company gave you, it's a flat out lie. So number one, they're not required to disclose anything. As long as it's on the HUD, you're covered, okay? What I mean by that is a lot of title companies, if they are not familiar with working with investors, which a lot of them aren't, guys, most of them are geared towards regular realtors, is they go out of their way. I'll show you an example. Like, just pretend this is my HUD, okay? On your HUD, you'll have an item on there for an assignment. So say you got a $10,000 assignment, it's on there. By the way, the seller 9 times out of 10 doesn't even know what it is. They don't care. The only time they care is when the title company or a real estate agent goes, look, Rick's making a $10,000 profit. You're in trouble. And that's when it's a problem. I've had title companies do it, and it's ridiculous. They're doing it because, number one, I think they're slightly jealous. Number two, they're confused, okay? The next part of your statement is seller that I'm making a commission. You're not making a commission, okay? An assignment is not a commission. Make sure you never use the word commission, because a commission you have to be licensed to receive. So not all title companies will follow your protocol. You go find one that will do exactly what you tell them. Just put the assignment on there. You're not trying to hide it, but I don't need you to like point it out. A lot of title companies are making investors sign extra disclosures. Listen, the whole transaction's insured with a title policy. Them screaming at the rooftops what you make on an assignment does not change the deal. So I've had title companies do this. I get rid of them immediately and I move on. So one, what the title people are telling you is 100% wrong. But do me a favor, replace the commission word with just assignment fee, okay? Good questions, man. Okay, I missed some, so I'm going to go back up here. Just that's funny. So just so I was talking about like these coins. Have you noticed an entire trend of real estate investors offering coins? Like, I'm going to do this NFT. You know why they're doing it? Because it just seems like sexy. A lot of people like think it's really cool. And listen, I think it's kind of cool too, but it's like the Wild West. So here's the problem. I noticed an influencer. I'm not going to say a name on it, but everybody knows. Very, very infamous on TikTok. Put out an NFT, and he's like, listen, these coins are going to sell out. I'm only doing this for the first 1,000, and you get this. He sold products up to 5 years down the road. So you guys are prepaying him with whatever coin you're doing, and you're hoping that he or she is going to deliver down the road. Guys, that is not a wise choice. When people tell you they do evergreen or lifetime commitments, I've been in this business just over 20 years. I'm here to tell you the amount of people that actually live up to that. They usually hand it off to somebody else, and then it gets washed, and eventually the company goes out. So people selling you coins for future events because you can lock in on the price works very well on someone like a Gary Vee, maybe even a Tony Robbins. But honestly, once you get below that, I would not be messing around in that market. If you want to collect it because you want to collect a piece of art, something, knock yourself out, there is just no play in the real estate community right now. It's completely up to you, but I'm just telling you, if you think you're getting a deal, you have a wildly fluctuation values. And who's to say the person that issued it, if the value's so low, or maybe the coin doesn't even exist anymore, are they going to actually deliver on their product? So that's what I was talking about on that, Justin. I just don't understand it. I had somebody present it to us for like Flip with Rick, and I'm like, it's such a wild child. Like, do you guys need an NFT for free? Like just do it. FREE. That's it. That's your NFT. It works with me on that. So people doing like lifetime and trying to get you to prepay. So I think the person said they're going to sell like 10,000 coins. Here's the really cool part. If you guys want to check out anybody who deals in that, all the coins they sell are on the blockchain. So you can tell exactly what they sold. So I've researched, they sold exactly what they sold. It wasn't even like 2% of what they promised. So what do you think is going to happen with that product? They lost money. They're losing a bunch of time. Who's going to fulfill that next 5 years of it? To me, that's absolutely crazy. So just watch yourself on it. So let's see. Yeah, I don't have the link, guys. So normally what we do is we do a, let me see if it came up here. We do lives, it pops on there, but honestly, I don't have the link to do it. But I tell you what. Oh, okay. Duh. Okay, Zach figured it out for me. So if you guys want to go on there, I'll hit the, give me a holler there if you want to jump on, and I will send you a link and you'll see it. So awesome. James says, can we put mobile homes under contract that's in an area that's 55? Absolutely, Jameson. I love mobile homes. Like some of my best deals are mobile homes. And last week I spoke and did a live with a student and walked him through on 55 and older communities. Guys, I've made a fortune in those communities. Your biggest challenge is to make sure there's not a deed restriction for reselling the property. Sometimes they block you for 1 year, especially on condos in South Florida. But if you can get a mobile home that you have the rights to the land under it, you can do phenomenal. The 55 and older, guys, honestly, in my opinion, it's just a suggestion. It's not enforceable, just so you know. They, by law, have to leave a percentage to make sure people that are not 55 fit in there, because families get houses inherited. Sometimes children take over for deceased parents. Sometimes somebody just has to take over a mortgage. They can't kick you out at 55. It's a discriminatory law. But they do make rules to drive you absolutely nuts. So, guys, do me a favor. Give me a holler in the comments if you want to come on live, and I'll send you a link. We'll make it that simple. And I promise you next week I'll have the link on there. So let's see. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to make it because okay, let's see if this works. Okay, guys, I put the link up on there. You should see it. If you want to do it, hop on there. It's really cool because we got a small crowd today, and I know not 95 people are going to jump on at once. So if you guys are used to me on Flip with Rick, it's hard to talk to you guys. So this is the perfect way. And I'm here to tell you, if you want to ask any questions, reasonable, I'm happy to answer them because I don't have time on the Flip with Rick. So I got Anna on. Anna tracks me down like she's like a hunting dog, man. She is all over it, man. So this girl takes full advantage. She finds me on every channel, and you know what? I'm just going to show you it works, right?
Yes.
My God, I'm like, here comes Anna. Like, she's not going to come on this channel. I don't mind, guys. I'm here. Honestly, I'm giving my time. So I see Jamie's piled on. Anybody else? So what's going on in California? I feel like we're becoming best friends.
I know, right?
So now you're on Rick's channel, so it's a little bit different because Zach's not looking over. Like, God only knows what's going to happen here. But what can I help you out with? What's going on?
Did Zach ever tell you that I purchased one of your courses?
No. What do you mean you purchased? Which ones you purchase?
I was watching one of your videos about probate, and there was like a way to purchase your course, and that told me that you sold the right to that course.
So let me explain how this works. And so I don't follow what I call listen, a lot of my friends are coaches and gurus. Honestly, I've taught a lot of them. They're actually good people. My problem is they all teach the old business model, and I don't believe in it anymore. It's whack. So I used to create products because I never wanted to be a full-time coach because it's like a 95% failure rate. So I created products. I got so overwhelmed trying to sell them and people wanted the coaches. I just gave up one day. And so an infamous guru made me an offer, and I said, as long as you don't change it. And so here's the deal: I signed a contract. It's expiring soon, so that's the good news. But actually, it's a really good product. Like I don't, but I don't service it. I don't get any money from it. But I tell people it's the best one out there. So you know,
Okay,
it's not 10,000. It's
that's what
not
I wanted to.
$10,000. It ain't 10 grand. I think it's under. It's like $297 or something like that. But
I
you're
paid
fine with it.
180 for it.
Yeah. So I've tried to get it back, and no. So it's. But when it expires, I get it back. It'll be fine. So I teach you guys that stuff. But it is a little bit of a deeper diver. So it's a legit course. I just guys, back in 2014, there was so many coaches I couldn't take it anymore. And honestly, that's why you don't see me doing a lot of interviews with other coaches and stuff, because I don't have anything to sell. And if I don't have something to sell, they don't want me on the stage. And that's the biggest problem. Or if I'm invited on the stage, all the people selling a product, they get super pissed. And I don't care. I think they all need to change how they operate. Wholesaling, in my opinion, should be taught for free. So you learned your ABCs for free, right?
Yeah.
Because if you start paying for wholesaling, you're looking at about $150,000 by the time they're done with you teaching this business. And by the way, I've spent over $1 million learning every technique I can. Honestly, there's very few techniques out there. I don't know it all, but I'm just here to tell you, if you start paying for that one, then like, where do you stop? So you're fine with it. If you guys bought it, I just don't service it. So I get a lot of people, can I get a refund stuff? I don't handle anything. I don't see the money. I don't do anything.
I'm not here to ask for a refund.
Yeah, I know. I get a lot of people go, I need a refund. I go, it's not my course. I tell you guys all the time. I legally can't take it down. If I could, I would. So
Right.
I got
My
about another year.
is,
I got about one more year, and it's like, then I'll figure it out. So
my question is, I purchased the course. So basically from what you said, it's still legit to go by what you taught there. Is
that
that
is,
correct?
probates don't change. I'm here to tell
Okay.
you, they don't change. The only thing that would change is the technology on it. And right before I sold the course, I brought Zach in to add the kind of the warm calling part. For a long time, I said you should never cold call probates. But I was getting beat so bad by other people, I just decided to let's just do it. So you just got to be nice to people. But honestly, it's fine. It works. Like,
Okay.
if you want to do it the most efficient, you want to deep dive probates without me being at your house, that's probably the best thing you can possibly do. But if you ever have a question on the live, I tell you everything anyway. So if you deep dive in that course and you pull out a few questions, I'm happy to help you out, because God knows I lived it. And by the way, guys, I did that course because I didn't know how to do probates. I know when I did a probate, I made a ton of money, and I just found a way to like make it happen a lot more. And that's how I came up with the course.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. Yeah, I
okay.
just basically wanted to find out if this course is like legit still,
Yeah,
and
it's
whatever
fine.
you type in
So
there
use
is.
it, and pull questions out, and I'm happy to answer them for you. So now, Anna, you got another outlet on Monday. So
I know.
the idea is that the reality is on Thursday, Friday, there's always 30 people lined up, and I try to get everyone, but there's only so much. So me and Zach talked about it. So the idea is that me and him do Flip with Rick together, because that's how I taught him. And then Zach does like his thing. That's great. You know, I'm not 22. I'm 52. So like I get a lot of people ask me stuff about like, so guys, parenting's open here. If you want to talk about other businesses, like I'm wide open. So I almost thought I was going to call this after hours, but I don't want any crazy after hours questions. So but that's it. That's how you kind of get to know people, right? Because it's like, I kind of feel like in a way I've kind of got to know Anna, because she's probably been on at least a half dozen times, if not a dozen, right? So
I've been on here like every live since May.
Yeah, I know.
I think.
I know. I see Jamie too. I've talked to Jamie before, so he's smart, man. So okay, well
See,
that
the thing is that like my husband quit his construction job, and we have 4 months to get this going. So I'm gonna take advantage of you as much as I can.
yeah, you got to go. So like today when I was talking about like markets, it's You know, everyone's like, well, why isn't the market crashing? I'm like, it doesn't work that way in real estate. It's completely different. The problem is we had no inventory, and we've had record low interest rates for almost 12, 13 years now. And something will give in real estate because these historical low rates, they're not sustainable. So a lot of people are going to try to hold on to their properties, but once people start losing jobs and stuff, we'll see. We already see it in Florida on the high-end stuff. It's dropping every month. Like they can't move the property. So, but a lot of the high-end properties in Florida went from $500,000-$600,000 homes to $2 million homes. The problem is you got to get someone to replace you to get that $2 million for you to get the profit. And that's very hard when you have 7 and 8% interest rates coming. Very hard to get a $2 million loan. Almost impossible unless you don't need it. And those people aren't going to get those properties sold. They're going to go back down to like 1.1, 1.2 million, but like 2.2 million. I looked at a property the other day that I looked at for buying, and it was 870,000. I wish I bought it. It went back on the market. The realtor called me. They tried to rehab it. They screwed it up. So they screwed it up, and they still want $2.5 million for it. And they bought it less than a year ago for $870,000. Just like those houses, they can rot. I mean, someone's going to pay the price for it. So anyways, you know where I am. Go through that course and then just let me know you got any questions, and I'm happy to help you out with it. So
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Anna. Bye. What's up, Jamie? How you doing?
Hey, you caught me.
You got some hair going on there, buddy. You got a lot more hair than I do, though, so it's good.
Yeah, I'm going for
I'm waiting for you to show up with like one of these crazy backgrounds with your green screen. So
not. I don't really use it. It's only.
Yeah, I know. I used a green screen for a while. Just like I got tired of my ears constantly moving in the background. I'm like, let's just put up a real background. So, how can I help you out, bud?
Yeah. Well, actually, you were talking about the 55 and over.
Yeah. We talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing's still for sale. The guy asked, "Do you have somebody over here? You know, boots on the ground, whatnot?" And I said, "Well, you know, most people right now they're not looking to buy 50% off ARV. They're probably looking forward in time and predicting the 10% drawdown or something. So I would tell them, somewhere like Zach said, closer to 70. I'm sorry, I had dental work done, so it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts to speak.
Did you get dental work or?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that fun episode. I'm hoping to God it's next week. So, so what's your question in there? Like I sense a little frustration. I know that, but like, is there a question in there?
Well, I don't know how to work it. Like I know there's, an opportunity there for sure.
Okay. So remember, when you first got to go and qualify them. So the 4 qualifying questions, right?
Motivation, time frame, price, and I forgot the last one.
I'm not going to give it to you, so I'll let someone put it in there. So, guys, all this information's in freewholesaling.com. It's no big deal. So, you said price. That's an obvious one. Motivation. What else?
Time frame, and
starts with a C. Condition,
right?
Okay. So have you gone through those 4 questions with them?
Yeah, I pretty much know.
Okay.
The whole deal.
So you guys know you don't go into the 4. You don't even go in the price on anything in real estate until you have 4 for the qualifying questions. If you never heard of what these qualifying questions are, go to freewholesaling.com. I share them in detail, but they're price, condition, time frame. What's the other one I spit out? Price, condition, time frame. Fill me in on the last one.
Don't put me in the spotlight.
Okay, I'm gonna let you on. So the idea is you got to go through the questions, and the idea is you do it in a rapport setting where you can pull this information, And once you get those, like so many people want to chase price down before you even get to that stuff. If there's no motivation there, thank you, Jordan. If there's no motivation there, like you just like move on. Like I'm just here to tell you, the biggest problem wholesalers have is you sit there and you work with people that don't even want to sell to you. It's a waste of time. Okay, so I'm here to tell you, go through those questions, and then once you get to that, remember I taught you like the go for no. The go for no has a purpose. It's not to get you kicked out. It's not to be swore at and cussed at. What's the purpose of going for the no, making a low offer in the first time? What's the purpose?
To get a reaction or
response, reaction. The idea is to get data back from the seller, okay? And the worst case scenario, if they go, Jamie, you can go jump off that bridge with that offer. That's a piece of crap. How do you respond?
So that's fair, but considering
Go
the
listen.
condition,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, don't listen. My partner's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's find a sensible number that'll work. I've kind of given you a number. You tell me what you think. So I'm still going to use it to try to get information back from them. It's so much better because you realize you are just playing poker without cards in a way. And you're trying to be nice about it. You don't need a poker face. You don't need any of that crap. You have to have motivation. Okay. If you don't have motivation, this game, you are playing poker with a very shrewd professional poker player, and you are going to get killed. We don't do that in wholesaling. I'm not looking to take advantage of anyone. I just want to help people out. Okay? So when you do that, you go through the qualifying questions and you make that initial offer, which is low. Just look for a reaction. So if you're on the phone, it's a little bit more challenging. If you're in person, it's actually really easy. And that's it. And guys, I've been kicked out of houses. I've been called names. I didn't even know you could call a person. It all happens. So just get over it. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. If you want to change your life, stop worrying about what other people think about you and just move forward. Okay?
I actually like it. I find it fun.
It is. And you guys you got to play with it. So when they wildly react to you, so I usually know ahead of time, by the way, if someone's going to throw a temper tantrum. And that's when I go straight to the scrunchy face. I go, listen, what if, since you can't give me a price, I can't figure this out. I'm just saying, what if I offered you, the 60 grand in my bank account? And what do you think about that? If they go crazy, go, that's what I thought. That's why I didn't make the offer to you. And the idea, all it is a trial close. You just keep it going. And the idea is by the end of that conversation, whenever you meet with a seller, your end goal, as long as there's motivation, is to find out what is the best price you can get for that property. And if you don't walk out of there with it, you wasted your time with them. And by the way, sometimes deals are taken down the second and third try, all the time. Okay? Sometimes you get a really good deal and they call you the next day and they go, hey, I want out. That happens too. So you really have to connect with people and do it. But guys, the biggest thing I can share with you is stop worrying about what the seller thinks about you. If they're truly motivated, they will do a deal with you. The thing is, you have to pay the best price possible so you don't have to sit there and struggle to sell it on the back end. So the biggest challenge right now is cash buyers, they're sharp. They know the market is going through a change. They're trying to figure out how much. So a lot of cash buyers are sitting on the sideline. The hedge funds are sitting on the sideline. A lot of the end buyers are sitting on the sideline. So fix and flippers are much more reserved. I watched multiple live streams today where all the fix and flippers are like, we are not buying one house above the median price in that market. And so if the median price is 450, they don't want to sell it for more than 449 after they do the rehab. So you got to kind of keep that in mind. So it's we have to adjust with our buyers. So here's the problem, Jamie, is sellers will take time. Okay. Well, market
especially on the MLS, like you said last time.
They do. They take time. So the best part about MLS is when the market's not working, MLS is a blast because properties just sit and sit. It doesn't happen often, but when they do, they're really ripe. And then the higher end properties are wide open for creative solutions because who's going to go get a mortgage for $2 million in today's market? It's really hard. I would even struggle qualifying for that mortgage. It's so brutal because you're going to need, you're talking about a payment of, $12,000, $15,000 a month. Plus, everything's got to be in perfect line. And so you got to go out and get a jumbo. It's really, really tough. So the the low price stuff's always going to move, guys. And by the way, even in '08 to 2010, the really low price stuff, it moved fast. So if it's priced low, it moves fast, and speed is your best friend in wholesaling. Okay, we are not speculators or anything like that, but we have to adapt to what we buy. So,
Actually,
okay,
just another thing. I actually got a house under contract. It's a pretty good deal, at least in my opinion. Uh, I got it for 210. It was listed for 250. Uh, but the ARV was around 260, 270 because it has an apartment on the backside. But
okay.
this estimate, the civil estimate,
It's estimate.
they were, yeah, that's how they call it. But
I call it a guesstimate. It's
it
estimate.
is. It is. So
Okay.
they were estimating 230. So a lot of people just were, you know, browsing over it. They really didn't really pay attention to it. So I shoot in. I call them. I said, "Hey, let me just talk to my partner. Same story that you guys teach." And I called them back a few hours later, and I said, "Hey, talk to my partner. This is the number we can do." They said, "Well, I wanted this as my bare minimum. Let's be in the middle." That was 210, and I was like, "All right, sure."
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me help some other people out here. So I'm still going to be in the same place Thursday and Friday, so I'm not going anywhere. So the idea is if you guys want a little bit more access, so if like Anna needs more questions on probates or anything like that,
Yeah.
you know where to find me. So it's just different. We'll see what happens with it. So I appreciate it. Okay, bud, let me know how it works out. See ya. Okay, let me answer some questions online here. So we answered this early. I love mobile homes. So mobile homes are the new affordable living. And by the way, especially in the southeast and Florida, townhomes are extremely popular because they are well below the average median price. And believe it or not, condos are becoming much more of the real affordable housing, but they do have a lot of problems with HOAs and restrictions for wholesaling. But once again, guys, sometimes you got to open up your spectrum because affordable housing is going to be the new buzzword down the road because we can't just keep building $1 million homes and wonder why people can't afford to live in a house anymore. So if you go to a lot of other countries, owning a house is actually a luxury item. It's so if you like go over in Europe and stuff, it's very hard to buy real estate there because there's very little of it, and it's been passed down generation to generation. So Florida still has not Florida, the United States still has wonderful opportunities on real estate, but you got to find them. So California's kind of ruined it everybody on the pricing. But New York's tough. Florida now is tough. Texas, there's still some opportunity, but it's going up quick. So you're going to find states like Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, stuff like that. Tennessee, like the middle parts are going to go like really, really well. So Jordan says, just talked to a seller who is a nephew of an old lady who passed. Older farmhouse with 10 acres. Lawyer apparently didn't do a good job in the estate, but he told me to follow up. That's a wonderful deal. So, guys, anytime you can buy a property that's off market, that is the key. So, and only in a down market would I ever chase something on MLS, or if I'm looking for a particular property. That's why people mostly use realtors with MLS to buy their own personal homes. In wholesaling, we go out and find people with distressed properties. So the difference is you're looking for people who need to sell a home. They don't want to sell a home. Everybody should want to sell a home. You offer someone the right price. If I gave you $5 million for the place you live in now, you would sell your home immediately because you want that $5 million. The question is you don't need to sell. It's a luxury item. So what's up, Waze? You there?
What's up, man?
How you doing? Have I talked to you before or you talked to Zach?
No, I'm new.
Okay, man. How'd you find me?
I saw Zach on TikTok. So
Yeah, he's like a TikTok magician.
yeah, man, I saw him there. I went to YouTube. So
Cool. Where are
I
you
heard
located?
about-
Where are you located?
I'm in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay. So what's going on? What can I help you out with?
So I heard about the DNC list, and so I'm like a little confused about that and like what
Okay.
it is.
So a DNC is a do not call list. It's a national registry for people who have registered either their home phones or their cell phones so they don't get annoying calls from people like you and me. The idea is if you're on that DNC list and somebody calls you and violates you, they can report you. And typically, here's how it goes down. It's never the state attorney that reaches out to you. It's some boy. I know it's late at night. I don't want to use some words here. Going to get me in trouble. It's usually some pain in the ass lawyer, and he's going to try to leverage you up. Pay me $1,500 and I'll make this all go away. It's actually borderline illegal what they do. When you get that notice, I find most of the time if you ignore it, it goes away. You just got to be more careful about your DNC list. I'm here to tell you in the beginning, do not overwhelm yourself on the DNC list because you're never going to get it perfect. You're going to eventually call somebody on there. I've always said the easiest rule to protect yourself is kindness outshines everything. So if someone's very aggressive with you, get me off your list, go absolutely no problem. Take them off your list. Wish them a blessed day and move on and apologize. Do not fight with them. If a lawyer approaches you, do not speak to them because they will try to trap you and move on. Now, you can take, are you doing SMS? Are you doing cold calling or what
Cold
method?
call.
Okay. So cold calling, you can use services that scrub it through a DNC. So I'm not the expert on this. Zach spent a better part of 3 years. All he did was cold call. And we had situations where we got threatened. So we got through it. I will tell you at the end, he was pissing me off because we got multiple threats from lawyers. But we were doing massive, hundreds of thousands of people. Okay. So how many people are you cold calling on average?
So I just started 14 days ago, the whole wholesale real estate journey.
Yeah.
And so I've been watching your videos.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So I'm here to tell you in the beginning, don't spend a lot of time on it.
Because, don't think about it too much.
Well,
what are they going to do? Sue you for it? What are they really going to get? When you get to a business level, meaning you have multiple people working for you doing it, then you have to buy software services to take that extra step of scrubbing the list. Now, without going in the grave detail here, either Batch or whichever services you use, you have an option. Some of them say they do it. Some say they don't. It's confusing as heck. And so I'm here to tell you, if you're not doing a huge volume, I wouldn't overly worry about it. I would just kill people with kindness. And as you grow your business, then you have to address it. You have to get another layer of software. Some of the services are built in, and you're going to have to pay a little bit of a premium to protect yourself against it. But most people don't even know how to register for the DNC list, and most people register a home phone. So most of the phone numbers you're getting are cell phones. So what service are you using to get your skip trace material?
Skip trace, I'm probably going to use True People Search or White Pages, something like that.
So listen, you're going to get people on there, just kill them with kindness and take them off your list when they go on there.
Write it down on a do not call list.
So if you're recycling the list, take them off that spreadsheet.
All right.
If you call them twice, then you can get problems because you got to understand the type of person that so I'm married. So my wife brought me this form 10, 15 years ago. I'm showing my age now. He goes, I'll get you on the DNC list. I go, I don't care about that stuff. If somebody brought you a DNC form today, would you fill it out? Yeah, I don't have time for that crap. So you got to understand the person that fills it out, they're usually chronic complainers. So it's just when you get them, you got to get rid of them as fast as you humanly possibly can. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't spend time on that.
I just heard that there was a $500 fine if you call somebody. That's why I was just I don't want to, mess up.
Okay. It's not like they take it out of your bank account.
Yeah.
And number two, they have to prove it. It's a very long, tenuous process. So you usually get off a warning the first time. The second time, they will send you a legal notice. And then the third time, it's not fun. So heed the warnings. I used to do ringless voicemail. My God, one of my favorite ways to get wholesaling deals. I had to settle with the state of Florida. I've done this long enough. I have settled every lawsuit on every type of disruptive marketing. I have to follow the rules to a T because I have every warning. A good friend of mine that we did this business together, he got fined $28,000 for ringless voicemail. So now it's illegal in the state of Florida. You can't do it. Very powerful. You know what it is? A voice would go through, and everyone would check. It was very powerful, but people got pissed off. They contacted their their legislation, and they passed a statute says you can't do it anymore. So in the beginning, guys, don't spend your time on that. Like, just go all in on that, and like when the warnings come, then you can make that decision. But like, you need as much activity as possible. And honestly, if you take that, then you should really have a lawyer sitting next to you and review you'll go broke. Like, that's the problem. So does that clarify to you? I spent no time when I started out. Zach spent no time in the beginning. You just want to reach out and talk to people, because I'm more interested in you helping yourself out and your family out, and stop worrying about overzealous lawyers or people like that. And by the way, every day between an email and a text, me, my son, and my company get some sort of threat. We're just used to it. Like, it's not like I don't disrespect anyone, but like, I'm running a business too. Like, they think everything's illegal, because you got to understand, when we call someone, are we selling them a service?
No, we're just asking if they're.
I know, but it's like gray, and that's the problem. And so like, we can usually get out of it, but the thing is, once you get a warning shot or two, then you can the idea is you get a little bit of money, you get some deals done, then you can take a couple $100 and use it towards like washing your list out. And there's some free sites to do it. Reach out to Zach. He's pretty familiar with it. But the problem is, if you scrub everything, your list will get cut like 30-40% right off the bat. And that's the problem. It's a lot of work getting those phone numbers, especially if you're doing it manually for free in the beginning. So now, when you do some of the paid services like with Bats, you have the option to put it in there, but it's not perfect either. You'll still get people that slip through.
I'm gonna just try not to stress about it too much.
Dude, I'm here to tell you, that's the least your problem. Yeah. You have to be successful in wholesaling. If you worry about every little pitfall, like, you'll never do anything.
I know. I just started.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You got it.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna start cold calling tomorrow. I went driving for dollars on Saturday and Sunday. I got 236 leads, but
there you go.
In my area, it's like, I was driving around. It's like not too many houses that look vacant, and like it just.
I know. So you got to find the right market that you want to do. So remember, you want to start at or below your medium price.
My medium home price was $351,000 to $381,000.
Okay.
Is that like too high? That's
no. Remember, it's the market that sets it, not you or me. That's just the average of what people will pay. Like, let me give an example of how screwed up this market is. In Port St. Lucie, which you guys know I do a lot of, the average price 2 years ago was $220,000. It's $439,000 now. It doubled. It almost like doubled, and I still don't know how it snuck. Like, I'm in shock. I'm still buying these houses, but like, I'm still in shock. So like, the numbers creep up like real quick. You got to understand, when I started Port St. Lucie, my average buy was $40,000. So it's like, that just shows you how long I've been doing this. I don't give what the price is. Can we make money on these deals? That's all I care about. So you got it. Don't stress about it. Worry about that.
Yeah. Last question. I know
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So I spoke with a title company on Friday. And so they said to take out on the purchase and sales agreement on the second paragraph, to take out impounds and like to take out the loan interest part. And they like kind of changed some things around in the contract. Like, they said to take out all impound accounts for taxes, and insurances are included in the purchase price and shall be transferred to buyer at closing. Any shortages in these accounts shall be charged to the seller at closing. They said to take that out. Should I listen to them, or should I just leave it in?
So just go over it in a nutshell. They're telling you to remove the proration of the taxes, or?
No, so they said to just take out, I don't know if it's inverted or not, but they said to leave prorations and security deposits, but to take out impounds. And then when it starts, just take out loan interest.
So they're minor adjustments.
Yeah.
Are they going to represent your interest as like being a wholesaler, meaning they'll do assignments?
The title company?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to...
Meaning, do they understand what you're trying to accomplish?
Like, I'm trying to wholesale?
Yes.
Yeah, they understand. That's
okay. So you got to get that point across to them first. And listen, most of my deals are going to be assignment contracts for the most part. And if they're comfortable with that, they want to make minor changes like that. It's irrelevant. Who cares? So like, you just don't want to lose your legal rights of like, of the contract. So the stuff you're saying is like little dime stuff. And by the way, give it to every attorney, every title company. They'll make a million changes. I've used over 500 contracts probably. They always change. So when I started out with a realtor's contract, they used to be 12 pages. Now they're 24 pages last I checked. Because somebody did something stupid and they're trying to protect it. So honestly, I think that's pretty minor. I wouldn't worry about it.
So just don't stress about like little changes. Just
No, if they
main
say, you
contract.
cannot assign it, go to another one. Or if like they say, I'm not comfortable with you. So typically they'll go after the assignment, the deposit amount, or they'll say, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with what you're doing. You just run, just like, okay, have a nice day. So
The only thing that I noticed about them that wasn't that good is they said they don't do double closing because it's sketchy. But
it's not. There's nothing sketchy about a double closing. It's actually title companies. My title company loves it because they get two closings. So it would be like the equivalent of going to a car dealership and selling two cars instead of one. That word, actually, a double closing is actually much cleaner, in my opinion, than an assignment. Think about it. So here's the real question that comes into it. If you understand double closings, everybody has a different definition of what a double closing is. So in the true essence, a double closing is you buy a property, A to B, and then you turn around and go to the next room and you sell it to the other guy, and you're B and he's C. Okay? The sketchy part comes in how you fund it. Okay? So they have two definitions they like to use. They call a dry closing and a wet closing. And this is where it gets sketchy. Okay? So the question is, if my end buyer, the C final guy I'm selling it to, he's fine with what I'm doing, and say I bought the property for $80,000 and he's putting $100,000 in escrow, and say I got about a $20,000 profit, say I'm going to lose probably $2,000 to closing fees, then my title company will ask him permission to fund the initial buy, and then obviously his money's used for his closing, and then you get your difference in the assignment. That's what they call a kind of a wet closing, and a lot of title companies don't like that. They think it's sketchy. Okay? A dry closing means you funded it on your own. That's it. It's completely separate of the next transaction, and then you walk to the next room, and then that guy buys it. That's a little bit more of a pain in the ass for people like you and me, because then you have to fund it, and it gets expensive. So understanding the title company thinks that you want to use your end buyer's money, you can still do that with the consent of the end buyer. But here's the caveat. The title company has to be completely comfortable with it. Some of them freak out and some of them could care less. So they can do assignments. So now you got to explore the double closing. So you got to sit down and have a conversation with them. So when they say it's sketchy, I'm telling you is they're uncomfortable with using the end buyer's money to fund the original transaction. But I always say, listen, what if he signs the consent and he's okay with it? It has nothing to do with the person you're buying the property from, right? They're still getting their money. So, yeah. But some title companies won't let me do that either. So I just want you got to deep dive in there a little bit more, and you can get more information on it.
All right, I appreciate.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, I appreciate the content. I appreciate everything you posted.
Okay, so now you know where to reach me, man.
Yeah, because I'm new to this, and I really do appreciate it, because I've been using your content for like 80, 90, 95% of what I'm learning, and like 2 weeks, I'm already going to start cold calling tomorrow. Like,
I got it. Okay, cool, man. Okay, get it. I'll talk to you, bud.
All right, man.
Okay, man. See you. Okay, so, hey, Sharitha, give me 1 second. I'm going to talk to you. You stay on here, okay? How you doing? Can you see me? You there? You hear me?
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me answer this question real quick.
Can you hear
I'll get
me?
to you. Yes. So it says on here, can I ask my attorney to do a blind HUD closing? Guys, asking your attorney to do a blind HUD closing is probably going to, so think of the word blind. It doesn't sound good to begin with. Nobody wants to cover their eyes. Nobody wishes that on their worst enemy. So, Talik, I'm telling you, do not ask to do a blind HUD closing because it sounds sketchy. I'm just here to tell you. A blind HUD means they're hiding your assignment fee from the end buyer, and I'm telling you, if you're banking on that, you're probably going to get killed on it. So, okay, I'm free. How you doing? Sharitha, you there? Are you frozen?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Where are you calling from?
Well, I am from Georgia. I moved from Florida about a year ago.
Oh, what
So
part of
now
Florida?
I am Jacksonville.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't go too far.
Yeah.
What can I help you out with?
I just had a quick question about let's see, like when you're in PropStream. I because I'm new to this, I've been going through you guys's the um Lord have mercy, I just blinked
That's
and
all
I
right. The free wholesaling course.
yes, the free wholesaling course. I've been going through that and looking at how you calculate the AVR and things like that for properties in the pre-foreclosure market. And I'm just trying to find out, like when when you're on PropStream and you can go to My Properties tab and it shows the
Yeah.
list of properties that you have, and just say if you just check off one particular one that you're looking at, it'll show like the last sell date, the person's contact, first and last name, and things like that. I
Uh huh.
think I might be confusing myself where, on one side it'll say the last sale date, and then there's another section that says, let me actually see if I can pull it up really, really quick.
Yeah, you're frozen on my screen. That's weird. I'm gonna try to pull
Okay,
you off
let me
and
see
put you
if I
on.
can go back. Hold
Hold
on
on.
one sec. Okay, am I still frozen?
Yeah, don't worry though. I can hear you though. It's fine. I can
Okay,
hear you. You're
so
fine. Don't worry about it.
on another category it says the person's balance, like remaining balance. So if we're calculating the AVR, are we supposed to be looking at, just say, like if a property is 133,000
Okay.
for the estimated value, but then the other section of PropStream says the person's remaining balance is 117,000.
Correct.
Which number should we be
Okay. So
looking
the
at for the
the the
property to
value, the
calculate the AVR?
133, the estimated, the 115s, I believe, is going to be the amount they owe on the property. So I'm not looking at the tab right now, and honestly, I'm not going to pull it up because I am not like
Right,
a techno person. So it's going to take me 10 minutes to do it. But PropStream's pretty straight.
right,
What I like about PropStream is once you find, like, you find a target, and here's the biggest thing I can tell you is make sure you're only looking at properties of people you're talking to, because the information is
mhm,
exhausting in PropStream. I'll be the first to tell you. I look at what their estimated value is, and then what they owe on their mortgage, and then
right.
I make sure that like that's the
Okay,
owner of the property. And honestly, if I don't get those three,
gotcha,
I don't even look at the rest of the stuff. It doesn't matter. So you got
gotcha.
understanding. I did this over 20 years ago with absolutely no information. Like I would just go in blindly and talk to people, and I would get numbers, and then I go over to my realtor's office and like I would beg them to like help me run comps. And honestly, sometimes they didn't want to help me, and other times they
Right,
buried me in information. Now we're in a society where the information's like crazy, and I'm here to tell you, simplify your life. It is an extra
mhm,
tool. You could do this business. PropStream makes your life easier, and it's like having an employee. So having an employee for
right.
$100 a month is a good deal. But I'm here to tell you, you don't need it to do this
Yes, it
business.
is.
So I did it 7 years without any type of software or anything. I had to rely on realtors a lot. I had to guess. So they go, hey, if I didn't use PropStream, what I'd do? I'd look up Zillow, look up Trulia, Realtor.com. There's so much stuff out there that I think we're overwhelming
Right.
ourselves. You got to get back to the basics, because you can like
Yeah.
analyze stuff till you turn blue. So I don't go in the prop stream until somebody, either I'm
That's
talking to them or they call me, and we're talking about it and I qualify them. And then once we're kind of there, then I'm going to ask them a bunch of information about the house. What do they need to get out of it? And then I'm going to make a quick assessment. If they're asking $200,000 for the house that's only worth like 80,000, I know that I'm probably going to have a tough like fight with them. I'm not going to like sit there and like beat the crap out of them type of deal. Now, if I'm 10 or 15%, I'm all in. Like if they're even close, I'm in. The problem is trying to get someone down from 200 down to like 80. It's like very hard to convince a homeowner to do that. The only thing that's going to fix them is time and market change, which we're going through both of them now. So I'm here to tell you, I think you're getting overwhelmed with the amount of information you're looking at, and simplify it.
Right.
So I said, listen, if I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm here to tell you, like, honestly, my theory for the longest time is if I had to use a calculator, I'm not going to buy it. Now, the world's changed a little bit since then, but you got to do simple math when you buy a property. Like, it's got to make sense because you don't want to buy somebody else's problem. I get pitched problems, probably 100 problems a day. Only about 5 to 8 of them are even worth me even like seeing if we're going to write an offer on. If I spend all my energy researching those 88 other properties, I'm going to get killed. I'm never going to leave my office, and life is going to be terrible. And then I'm gonna have to hire an employee for $55,000 just to sort through that crap. So I'm here to tell you is look at the value of the property, the estimated, look at the comps to make sure you're, matching apples to apples, and then look at what they owe on the mortgage. Because here's the reality: if somebody has a $200,000 house and they owe $225,000 on the mortgage, they probably can't sell it to you for $100,000. So once I kind of know that, I will tell you, PropStream is really good at doing the estimated equity in the house. And that's it. And then I look at how long they own the house for, and that's it. I'm done with PropStream. Now, when I get back and we start following a number, then I might go on a little bit deeper dive. But for the most part, I think you're going to spend too much time in there, and you're better off spending time finding motivated sellers than trying to analyze every property, because that's what realtors do.
Right.
And honestly, unless you want to do that lifestyle, it's just tough. So, like, and by the way, we have a ton of PropStream tutorials. And then if you want to jump on Thursday with Zach, I mean, I'm happy to. Like, he rips through it. It takes me 10 minutes just to get the dang thing open. I'm older. Like, what can I tell you? I've come from old school. I always say if you need a calculator, you're probably paying too much.
Right.
Like to me, it's like basic math. Okay, if the property's worth $100,000, and you don't want to pay more than 75 cents on the dollars and the minimum repairs, just do the math in your head. I'm going to offer him 60, and the most I'm going to end up to is like 72, 73,000. If it doesn't work, move on. You do yourself a favor by not buying properties. I just had a property fall apart on me today. I've been working on 2 months. It is what it is. But we're only $150,000 apart, but it's a big commercial property. It's like, what's the big difference? Like, $150,000 is significant to my company. I'm not going to do it because I know in 3 months he's not going to get any other offers, and I'll get the price I need anyway. So I'm done looking at it, and I was over analyzing the property, Sharif, and I'm doing exactly what you were doing. So focus your energy on trying to connect with people that need to sell their house, because you do not have to do all that fuzzy math. Every now and then you get people on your list that go, yeah, I want to sell your house. They owe 200, it's only worth 100. There's not a whole lot you can do other than doing some sort of creative terms. And honestly, I don't want you to be upside down on a house. So does that help you?
Exactly.
That, like, guys, I'm telling you, the money is not, your money, your highest skill set in wholesaling is what, Sharitha? What do you think the number one skill set you acquire in wholesaling is? Anybody can answer and help her out. I'm not doing this to embarrass you. I'm doing it to help you, okay? Your number one skill set in wholesaling is becoming a marketing master. Because you know why? You need to talk to as many people as possible, because a lot of people say, you ever hear that saying, like, you only get a deal like once in a lifetime, that deal of a lifetime? In wholesaling, we have one come by every week when you're marketing. The only way you get that is if you're marketing. And marketing is just either you're calling people, you're door knocking, you're reverse driving for dollars, whatever it is, and then you just try to connect with as many people as humanly possible. That's why I get so many deals, because I'm willing to do all that. As opposed to if you get in the analysis thing, then you're trying, once you start over analyzing properties, you're trying to make deals work that are not working. And I've been down that camp. It is terrible. And if you do 1 or 2 deals and you lose your butt, you'll never do it again. And I want to save you before you do that. So just most of your time is, once you find a motivated seller, you just try to connect with them. Use the rapport piece. You connect with them. You actually help people out. You care for them. You give them the best possible outcome they can possibly get. And that's it. So most of my sellers, whenever I sold,
Okay.
I 70% of the people I sold that I bought a property, they gave me a hug. Period.
I bought a property.
Like, so that's what I want you to do. I need you to work on just connecting to people. So I can tell you're very good at talking. So like, there's no ums, buts. I think you could easily connect with anybody you wanted to. So let me ask you this. What's your, if I had to ask one of your family members, what's Sharitha's highest and best skill set? What would they say?
She's good at talking to people, like you said. I used to work in the collections department, so
Yeah.
that's definitely a skill that will help me as far as negotiating, because I had to negotiate payments for people to make their car payment.
Yeah. So guys, I'm here to tell you is
yes.
the best skill set, like use the gifts you have. If you're a really funny person, like making people laugh will make you a lot of money. If you can connect with anybody in a room, like you have that gift like you do, use it. The thing is you just have to expose it more. And like the underwriting of like the deal analysis, that's just a little bit of a math problem. Don't worry about it. The real skill set is talking to people. And then listen, you talk to 100 people, maybe 4 or 5 even, the only ones that qualify, then those are the ones that you go all in, and then you can do some more analysis and you can get all geeky on it. But don't do it the other way around, because you will like burn out, and I don't want you to do that. Talk to people as much as you can, converse with them, connect with them, but if they're crazy, just move on with your life too. I meet crazy people every day. If you don't meet crazy people, you're not wholesaling. You got this.
Yep, that's true.
Okay. Anything else I can help you out with?
Well, definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, don't overlook at it. Worst case scenario, you could go into take the average of like if PropStream's working for you, use it. It's good with the leads and stuff like that. But like if you get a little bit uncertain with PropStream, just look at Zillow, look at Trulia, kind of look at an average. Remember, a comp is nothing more than it's a moving average. So comps are like between 100,000 and 115,000.
Right.
Stay on the conservative side, and you can't get hurt. What most investors, they go, well, I found this one house that sold for 180,000, and he's only asking 140. I think that's a deal. I'm like, no. The numbers tell you 100 to 115. You're taking a massive risk. Unless you know what you're doing, don't do that. And that's what I'm here to tell you on that. So keep using your voice, Sharitha. It's going to be the most powerful thing you have in this. I've met more people in wholesaling, a lot like me, a lot like you, that honestly haven't even owned a computer that have made a lot of money in wholesaling. So remember, these things are just luxury items, and they're there to help you. And a lot of times in the beginning, they're very frustrating and they're annoying. So don't let it eat you alive. Just deal with people. Wholesaling is about solving people's problems first. The real estate is just a side effect. It's just a math problem on the side, okay?
That's it. Thank you. Okay. I appreciate it.
Okay. Awesome, Sharitha. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. See you. Okay, guys, if you could just give me like a few likes here. I know we're like a little bit of a smaller crowd. I'm going to answer a couple questions online here. If you guys want to go online, I put the link. Where did I put that dang link? Well, I put it somewhere. I should really move it to the top, shouldn't I? I don't know where I put it. There's a link. Oh, here it is. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to do that. The link's under there. Just look under Rick Ginn, and you will find it there. So let's go back. I lost that. So guys, if you're watching on any other platform, if you go, hey man, I can't see all the comments online, go to YouTube, Rick Ginn. Hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. Hit that like button. That helps us all out. And guys, I go live every Thursday, Friday. We actually go live right now Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and take Saturday off. And Zach's been going on live Sunday. So check out my son on Zach Ginn, his YouTube channel. Jameson says, hey, Rick, I need help on this mobile home contract. How can I get in contact with you? So Jameson, like a mobile home's pretty straightforward. The biggest thing you have to understand is if the land comes with it. That is the biggest technical thing. And by the way, If the land comes with it, you can use just a regular old wholesale contract that works just fine. Okay. The one thing you got to watch out for mobile homes is they actually require a registration with the DMV. They're just like a car. So the reality is you're transacting on the lot of land below it, and usually the mobile home comes on top of it. So let me know if that helps you out. Okay, we answered that. Okay, so Talik asked about the blind HUD closing. I told him it was a bad idea. He says, Rick, in case you ever heard a seller ask about assignment fee, how specifically would you respond in that case? This is virtual as well for me. Not sure if that makes a difference. So, guys, here's how I look at assignment fees. Most of the time, if I'm buying someone's house, say you're paying $100,000 for it, and I say, Mr. Seller, you good with $100,000? They go, yeah, $100,000. They are getting $100,000. End of story. It is over. Okay. I always tell my sellers, I do this to make a profit. Sometimes I make more, sometimes I make less. You're okay with it. And 9 times out of 10, they say, as long as I get my $100,000, I don't care how much you make. If you do that and you condition your sellers, you'll never, ever have a problem. Okay. The minute you try to hide things, you get problems. Now, if your buyer is going to have a problem with it, it's a whole different story. So a good cash buyer could care less what your assignment fee is. So sometimes if you guys go over to freewholesaling.com, we show you how to correctly vet your buyers. Go to freewholesaling.com. The whole thing's right there. But in this case, on the other side of this, Talik, if your buyer is having a problem with it, ask a question like this. Mr. Cash Buyer, if I sold you this house and I made a $100,000 profit, would that upset you? And I use an exaggerated number to see how they react. One of two ways they're going to say, listen, I'm fine with it. I want you to make $1 million. Or the other one goes, that's BS. That's not fair. I'm not going to take that. And if they say that to you, get another buyer because they're going to be a nightmare. The only way to avoid that is do a double closing so your new buyer doesn't see what your profit is on it. But honestly, you're going to waste a lot of monies on closing fees and stuff like that. So I hope that helps with that. So awesome. Somebody says they sent a JV. So come Monday, Tuesday. Zach has an announcement on the JVs tomorrow. So we have actually spent all weekend, all last week, revamping our setup. And I am proud to say we have a dedicated team that works with me and Zach. Here is the caveat. You guys got to have good deals. Okay. And then once you submit the deal, if it passes, then you basically get a appointment to talk to us. If it doesn't pass, you get an instant answer of why it doesn't. And if you do, we do the deal. We split it 50-50. Is absolutely, it's awesome. It's fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. Me and Zach have a target goal we want to hit. I've done a lot of JVs with a lot of people on these, and they speak for themselves. We always pay people. We take care of them. And the really cool thing is you get to know me and Zach on a personal basis, and it's a lot of fun. So awesome. So Benz, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
Call from Dumfries, Virginia.
Oh, cool, man. How's the weather today?
Oh, it was pretty hot, rainy in the afternoon.
Yeah, man. So what can I help you out with?
So basically, I just put in the private chat. I mean, I'm 18. I'm just trying to, dive into the real estate field. I don't have a lot of money. I'm taking on a full-time job to pay for college. I really want to just dive into this business and just see what's up.
Okay. So I'm reading your thing now. So, okay. So you're 18. So God bless you because I do anything to go back to be 18. So are you in college right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you, I assume you just started college, right?
Yeah. I'm going into my second year.
Okay. So, Benzo, I don't know you at all. So first of all, do you know of me? Have you followed my son at all? Or how did you find us?
I just saw a TikTok video, 30 minutes to an hour ago.
Okay, cool. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm going to give you a short snippet of me. And the good thing is you don't have to figure this all out in one setting. So the really cool thing is we go live 5 times a week. So my son is Zach Ginn. I started him when he was 16 doing this. Okay. Um, my dad didn't teach me squat, so that's another story. Um, and I've been doing this business. I'm approaching 21 years. Okay, and I left corporate world after doing a corporate job. I did the whole college thing. So let me ask you this: um, what are you going to college for? Like, what are you going to study?
I'm currently studying business administration, but
Okay,
I might try to go into the communication studies field. I
okay.
don't really know.
So like, what's your passion? What do you really like? What do you want to accomplish? Like, what do you see doing like your career? Like, what is it you want? I don't want to hear what other people are telling you what to do because I'm sure that's a big part of this equation.
I really just want to be at a point in my life where I'm not really just like burdened with working for someone else. I want to work for myself, but I
Okay,
just want to go into a field where I can work with other people, get to know people, build my people skills and whatnot.
okay. So, what would you say your best skill set is? If I had to talk to your friends or your family, like if they had to sum it up in just a couple words, what would they say about you?
They would say I get along with people.
Okay,
I get along with people. I'm a talkative guy.
okay. So, tell me about some of the jobs you've had in the past, or are you working right now?
Yeah, I'm working right now.
Okay, and what type of work are you doing?
I'm in the entertainment industry right now. I'm
Oh,
just
cool.
working. I'm working at an arcade actually.
Okay,
It's not
okay.
big, but it's just some money to get.
Dude, you're talking about a guy who had every job you could know. I used to work at an ice rink cleaning out the skates. It was a terrible, terrible job. And then digging the snow out at the end after the Zamboni machine. So it all comes down to what like you want to do. So last question on this: um, are you living on your own? You living with your parents, or what's your current situation?
I'm living with my parents right now, but I
Okay,
go back to
so
college.
that
Yeah.
I think that's actually a good thing. So you're in a position. I assume you don't have a lot of debt over your head, right? How are you paying for college?
I'm just working.
Okay, so was college your idea or your parents' idea, or both?
It was a little bit of both, but I'd say more my
Okay,
parents.
so my son he went to the University of Florida, and we just decided. I told him just to finish college. Now he did get a full scholarship, and the whole thing was paid for. And I told him if you could get college paid for and it doesn't suck up all your time, then just get it done. To me, you do get valuable friendships, and I think kids need to be kids at some point. But here's my tell you: do not make college the best days of your life because that is one big lie. Okay, college should be a very fun part of your life, but it shouldn't be the best days of your life because you really don't have a lot of money when you're in college. So you have good friendships, you're young, you're healthy, and it's fine. So I will tell you. So what are your parents? What kind of career do your parents come from?
Well, I'm actually first generation college
Okay,
student. Yes, my
okay,
parents came from Africa.
that's awesome. So, guys, so a lot of people go, "Hey, Rick, what's your stance on college?" I'm here to tell you that I don't really have a problem with college. College isn't what it used to be, though. So, particularly when it comes to business, because you actually, in my opinion, get better experience working with people in the field. Now, if you want to do the college thing, here's my suggestion: just get through it as fast as you can. Like, do not drag it on, and do not, as long as you don't pile up debt, college isn't the worst thing in the world. Both my kids went through it. I went through it. My wife went through it. Did college really help me out? I'm going to be honest with you. No, it didn't. It did. It wasn't a good fit for me. I wasn't a good student. I didn't pay attention. I got a finance degree because I wanted to learn about money. And so the only thing I got out of college is how to read financial statements, which has helped me out a lot. And I learned how to talk to people better. Other than that, but you got to understand, when I went to college, it was cheap. It wasn't a lot of money. It was easy to pay for it with a part-time job. Today, people are going into hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. So you're not going into like serious debt, right?
Yeah,
You're not. You are or not?
I'm not. I'm not.
Okay. So you have a decision to make. So while my son, his last 2 years in college, he made a lot of money wholesaling, but he put a lot of time into it, and he figured it out early. So the whole purpose of wholesaling is to give you financial freedom and to give you time. Because when I got out of college, I jumped into a full-time job, and I got stuck there, and then I got a mortgage, I got a couple kids, and I felt trapped. And that's how I found wholesaling. Here's the really cool part of it, sir. You don't have any of that over your head. And I don't want to sit here and make a decision on one TikTok thing. I've been doing this, I'm going on 21 years. Okay. My son started at 16, actually 17 full time. He went through college. He's 22 now, and he's one of the top entertainment guys on YouTube, everything else. And he's really good at what he does. So he went out and met with a ton of sellers, and he just figured it out together. And then he went to his dorm room and got college kids to help him cold call. And then he would send me deals back to the office, and then I would mail them checks. And my son had a problem because he was making more money in my business than he would ever make getting out of college. And so my son started at age 17, earning $150,000 a year while he was in high school. And he never thought it was possible. Really, really smart. And he's not even like this crazy salesman. And I'm just here to tell you, like, whatever you want in life, you can get it. Do not let people tell you you're stuck. I think it's incredible that you're the first time generation in college. And honestly, I would ensure, like, you even see like really, like even Emmitt Smith. I love Emmitt Smith, famous running back, University of Florida, went to as a Hall of Famer, Dallas Cowboys. When he finished his career, he went back to college to get it because he wanted to make his mom proud. And so I'm all about family and supporting. So if your family's supporting you, I would just get through college as fast as you can. Like, just look at it as an extension of high school. Do you think you learned a lot in high school?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So but in like business, like when you get that degree, what do you think are going to happen when you get your degree? Like, what do you think your next step is?
That's the thing. See, I don't want to get stuck in that full-time job, get a family and all that, because I
Okay.
just want to figure out what I'm doing now and just have a plan.
Okay. So here's what you need to do. And I'm being fair because you're 18. You need to do research. You're in an incredible time right now where you can look up anything online. The problem is who's telling the truth and who's not. I appreciate you finding me off of TikTok, but there's a lot of scam artists out there, as you know. It's like everything sounds super sexy. Understanding this, I've been doing this over 20 years. My entire family does this. My daughter's in the medical field. So that's her passion. That's what she do. I support it. And she's still going on the medical school and everything right now. So whatever's going to make you happy and you can get it done, like, you need to find that path. Finish the college, dude. It's only going to make you a little bit wiser. And I think it's going to make your parents proud. So I wouldn't take you off cue on that. But you got to be working on your game plan long-term now. Do not wait till you're 24, 25, because that's where most kids get completely lost. Okay? Dude, you're 18, dude. I'd give up everything to go back and be in your 18-year-old body because I'm older. I'm kind of set in my ways, but like, I'm open to learning how to do money. And I'm telling you, let me ask you, what do you think you should make your first year out of college? What's your goal?
I want to dive into something. I want to at least begin or like brainstorm. Of course, like starting a job or like starting my own business or looking to ventures, different pathways and stuff like
Okay.
that.
So you got to answer the question though. What do you think would be an acceptable, like your first year? Regardless if you did wholesaling, say you go get this really nice, fancy corporate job, what would you expect to make your first year after 4 years of college?
Expected probably like 80,000, 70,000 around that.
Okay. So just so you know, I made that last week. Okay. Now, I didn't do that overnight, and I don't do it to impress you. I'm just here to tell you, there's so much money out in the world. If you go out and get it, you'll get it. If you sit and wait for jobs to try to figure it out, you're going to struggle. Okay. And I'm just here to tell you the market is cruel to college graduates right now because they eat people alive. They'll take you when they need you. Right now, the entire corporate world is going through an employee cleansing. So during COVID, they hired everybody because there was nobody. And now all the companies are struggling and they're only going to keep the super best employees. Really, really good employees wind up usually going on opening up their own businesses doing it. So you have a ton of choices. You just got to find out what's going to be the best fit. I'm biased. I love wholesaling. I think you'd be crazy not to do it because when you get like my son right now in our business, he works like 10, 12 hours a week. He's 22. What would you do with all that time if you had that, if you were making very, very good money? And by the way, it took me just over 3 years to make $1 million a year net doing wholesaling. I didn't start off the bat, but I'm just telling you, I did it. And the only reason I'm telling you this is I want you to get ahead in life. And don't let anybody limit you. And by the way, your parents love you to death. But did you know that most people, did you know your religion, the type of job, everything you do, 90% of it is based on your parents' philosophy? Did you know that?
I had no idea.
It is, because it's so, that's why, if your parents are Christian, you're a Christian. If your parents were Muslim, you're Muslim. If your dad went in as an engineer, you're more prone to become an engineer. Dude, my son became a wholesaler. Guess what his dad was? Wholesaler. So, but I broke what I call the chains of our business. So, I remember the day I paid off my mortgage. I remember the day, once we got rid of the mortgage, I'm like, what else do we pay? I just don't know people money at all. And I didn't know this life existed. And I'm here to tell you, I just want you to deep dive into it. Spend some time with my son. He'll be on live tomorrow on Flip with Rick. Check him out because I think you relate because you're a little bit closer in age. But I've taught my son to have no limits in life. And you're a bright young man and you have awesome parents. But I'm here to tell you, making $70,000, $80,000 out of college, why not make $150,000, $200,000 right off the bat? Imagine what you could do with that money. It'd be amazing. Okay. I love wholesaling, and I think you're in the right place. And this is the first time I've come on this channel by myself, because usually when I'm on the other one, I got 30, 40 people waiting and I can't get to everyone. So this is a perfect fit for you. So promise me this. Will you at least do some research and give us some time? I think wholesaling is an incredible fit for you, but I'm fair. You're a young man. You need to find out what's going to fulfill you and drive you, because I'm here to tell you, wholesaling is a lot of work, but no matter what you do, it's going to be a lot of work, period. Right? So you better make sure you have your heart into it and you want to make it happen. The beauty of wholesaling is you can work anywhere. You can work as long as you have a computer and a cell phone. You can do this job from anywhere. Okay. I have a partner on the other side of the country in another part of the business that we do wholesaling on, a whole different market. So, dude, sky's the limit, man. You're in the right place. So I don't want you to make a decision on this. I've have children too, and I want you to be responsible about it. But talk to your parents, involve them. I will tell you though, most parents do not support wholesaling because they go, there's no way you can make that much money. I'm like, yeah, well, my parents told me that my entire life. And then once I decided to do it on my own, all I do is take care of my parents now. I take care of their housing, all their expenses, everything. And you could easily do the same. So sky's the limit. I honestly, if you need to target what job will get me to make $1 million a year, and don't be worried about how fast you do it, but which one gives you the potential to do that. So did you full on plan on making $1 million a year?
I mean, I'm planning on it.
In your 20s, right? In your 20s. Yes. Okay. So you got to start with that mindset. Now you got to find the vehicle that's going to get you there. Okay. Regardless of your education level, education just makes you smarter. So, I don't tell people to skip college because it can be a real struggle within the family on that. And, we had our own struggles with that too. So so my thing is you're going to do the college, just get through it. Just like high school, right? Just let's get through it. And if it helps you out, great. If not, it's a great lesson. And you know what? I think it's great that you're the first generation in your family to go through it, but college is not quite what it used to be. So you have any other questions for me? I want you to go through, and if you register at freewholesaling.com, make sure you click the subscribe to my channel. I teach you how to do the entire business for free. Everybody else going to charge you 10 grand to do this. So I know you probably see my TikToks. I go, I got to see if this Rick guy's for real, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
There you go. And so I want you to connect with my son. He's got the same last name. Check him out on there. And we do this for real. So we run a 7-figure wholesaling business, and I love this. So this is why I'm trying to do Monday. I want to, honestly, if I helped one more person today, I'm fine with it. So do this. Go have a conversation with yourself first. You should be getting excited about this. You have a free resource to check it out and then sit down and talk down to your parents. But understanding, guys, everybody's watching this. Sometimes family does stuff because they love you and they don't understand and they're trying to protect you. And as you become an adult, you learn as you go through. I'm like, okay, they were just trying to protect me. I was told by multiple family members that I was going into a scam business and it was dangerous. Like, no, they just wanted me to be safe in a job. So I'm just telling you, take your parents' family's advice with a grain of salt and understand. Because at 18, my dad tried to direct me to everything to do, and it like some pretty bad decisions I made. So do what's best for you. Makes you happy. And I love wholesaling. I think you're in the right place. But I'm going to let you make that decision because you're a young man, and I do respect everything of your parents. And honestly, I would stay with your parents till you can afford like to completely move out. So my son was able to move out so he could buy his own house. No mortgage, no nothing. Okay? How incredible would that be for you?
Amazing.
Or just buy your parents a bigger house and then just take over the left wing of it, the right wing. Whatever.
Exactly.
Okay? I'm just telling you, man, so many people in life are aiming so low. You can easily outshine them. You just have to set your expectations high at 18, dude. My God. So, by the way, I didn't wake up till I was in my mid-30s to do this. So think of the gift you have right now, dude. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, run with it. And you're not the only 18-year-old kid considering doing this. I got kids at 15, 16 doing this. So your education starts now. So whatever you do with college, whatever choice you make, whatever you decide to do, just start getting into it. If you had to do an internship and work with someone to kind of teach you the business locally, take the free wholesaling course, whatever it is you need to do. Okay?
Okay.
You got any last questions for me?
Nothing else as of now. Thank you, though.
See, I love this. It means that we've never met before, nothing. The guy just jumps on a link and just wants to talk to me. And I think that's incredible. And that's why I do this stuff. So if you guys, anybody else wants to jump on, I'm on here. Benzer, go check everything out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out my son, Zach Ginn, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, and then let's talk in the next couple of weeks and let me know the outcome, okay?
All right.
You got this. You're going to be a rich man. I'm telling you, man. But remember, rich isn't always about money, right?
Yeah.
Did your parents spend a lot of time with you when you were young?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, do you want to have kids?
Yeah.
Okay, so give them the greatest gift you can ever do. Just give them your time. So that's why my son's so successful. My kids are successful as my dad didn't have time because he was always out on a sales job working. So I vowed when I got in the corporate world and I was doing the same thing my dad did. And I said, this is crazy. I don't want to do this crap. And that's how I found wholesaling. Now, I made good money in wholesaling, but I got all my time back. And I was able to spend 4 years traveling with my son doing wrestling. And we just had a really good time doing it. And so you can give the gift of money to your kids, but honestly, your kids want your time much more than your money. So the only way you can do it is you got to find a job, a career, a business that you can get money and you can get time. And I want you to consider that when you're thinking about your options. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay, bud. Have a good one, man. I'll see you.
Right, you too, man. Thank you.
Okay, guys. I think that's it. So here's what I do is every Monday night I'll be on here. I promise you I'll have the link set up on there. And if you guys want to do some off topic, because if you have some ideas, put it in the notes in here. You guys know how to reach me online. I am everywhere. But guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, Rick Ginn, and you'll be notified on it. And the really cool thing is if you're thinking about jumping online with me, I promise you I won't hurt you. And there's absolutely no charge. Check us out at freewholesaling.com. And remember, I'll be back on Thursday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern time on Flip with Rick on YouTube. And I'll see you guys. Guys, go over to Wholesaling for Real, our Facebook group. Join up there. Guys, I really appreciate your time. And remember, Zach will be on tomorrow at 5 p.m. on Flip with Rick. I'll see you guys.